Okay folks, this one's colourful. Let's see if I can make this one come up a treat. This user interface just got me. This new stupid fuck ass thing. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here Chupa Chups Bites. Indeed, this is silly. Children's advertising, should I say marketing to children, really silly, but you know, that's what they do. These companies like Chupa Chups or whoever makes them, they're just all about making money, and they like to do it off the backs of children pestering their parents to buy these products. Let's see how we go. Yeah, that's come up looking really quite interesting as far as that goes. I do think we could utilise it, maybe enlarge it a bit on the vertical and a bit on the horizontal. Chupa Chups. I really hate the name. It's just so popular. The kids love it. And I bet the parents don't particularly appreciate the marketing that goes on with this kind of product. Don't know how we're going to make this work. But yeah, it's all about getting children hooked in, you know, because kids love all these bright colours and shit. You know, it goes without saying, folks. And they just care about the big dirty dollar that they get from harming parents and their family and their children, harming the family. The dynamics of the family get trashed because of this fucking marketing and shit, advertising. They don't seem to have any, these adults who market this shit don't have any conscience or any heart. They just want to make a quick dollar, an easy dollar, and children are such an easy, soft target for this kind of shit. And really, it's not acceptable. It's extremely immoral. It's immoral, folks, even though it's become an accepted part of this world of loving money. Loving money is like a form of evil religion. It's really quite a brainwash. It's like a cult and a religion in one. And no one seems to care that their children are getting sucked into this shit. And that's got to enlarge that more on the vertical. It's also crooked as well. I've got it on crooked, but basically I'm just sick of the way this shit is being marketed to children in such a cruel and diabolical fashion. They don't seem to have any heart, these rich people in power. That seem to just care only about themselves and their fucking money. Yeah, I did put it on crookedly, obviously. Just going to try and straighten it up and make it a bigger enlargement. But basically, yeah, I really get so finished up, so over this shit, folks, so over the way children are being utilised as marketing pawns. They are, they're just being treated as if, and I've lost my settings, which just adds to the frustration of what I'm doing, folks. Lost my settings. I'm just trying to see if this is enough on the horizontal. If I've done it wrong. I think I've done it wrong, folks. I think I've slipped it up too high, because I want this. Oh, that's the part I'm looking at. That's the part I want to see, and that's it there. I see, folks. I think I've enlarged it too much on the horizontal as well. But basically, yeah, I just don't like the way children are being preached to by these high priests of capitalism. Don't get me wrong, money's an important part of society, folks. You can't have a healthy ecosystem, a socio-economic ecosystem without money. Okay, I'm not for that. I'm not for getting rid of currency. You need a currency, folks. It's important that society has money. We just have to learn to be more responsible and more caring about how we deal with money and what it entails. We have to be humane, and we have to be caring and loving, and use money to help others, to help make other lives happy, instead of just feathering your own nest and saying fuck to the rest of the world who doesn't have money. So if you're rich, you've got a responsibility to help others. You don't have to give away all your money. You don't have to send yourself poor. You just have to give 10% of what you earn, and that's it. Even if you're a billionaire, a multi-billionaire. So, you just have to be considerate to those less fortunate. You got to consider what it must feel like to be on the street. I know they've got a CEO's sleep out that happens once a year, but it's done under really, really tightly controlled situation. It's not really that close to a real rough sleeping experience. It's just a fucking... It doesn't really address the problem, even though I know that someone obviously has the right idea that they should try to simulate what it's like to be homeless, or a rough sleeper to be more precise, but it's not really that accurate a portrayal. It really isn't, folks. It's not as good as it's not as real as what it could be. And I'm going to do something different with this. I'm really getting sick of this piece here. It's really difficult trying to make this piece work, so I'm going to just do something else. I'm going to move it. I'm going to make it into a movement piece, folks. But yeah, I just really fucking hate the way the CEO's sleep out isn't all that real. You get given your own box, and you get given security guard protections and all that, and you basically if you can't tolerate the situation, you can apparently leave the situation. So, but in reality, when it happens to a person in reality, these controls are not there. So I really think that it's a bit of a wussy exercise when you think about it, when it comes to what it's like to be a real rough sleeper, as opposed to being a CEO just having one night sleeping under the stars. And it's just not good enough. It's just one night as well. It's not like you're stuck out there. You know you're going to go back to a warm and comfortable, air-conditioned home. And that's come up looking really nice. I think we can work with that. But yeah, that's the thing. These CEOs, they don't have to worry about the indefinite nature of being a rough sleeper. They can just know that they can go back to their comfy little warm zones when they finish up the night sleeping out. So, and it's not going to stop people who are on the street from having to continue with their sleeping. It's really quite cold comfort, really. It's really I think it's just a bit of publicity or something to make them feel good that maybe they're doing something goody-goody for the cause, but it's not addressing the real issues. That even when people go to a homeless shelter, they don't often want to be in a homeless shelter because there's so much violence and all that sort of stuff and drugs and shit. So they get scared and they end up on the street anyway because the shelters are too riddled with crime to be safe. So, I don't know, these rich people are really, I find them so annoying, folks. And I'm trying to get myself out of my own situation. Like, I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news to get in touch with my partner Luigi because I'm lonely, and loneliness is another issue that's an issue I have to deal with. TV channels are always for the rich people. The rich people get everything, folks, and the people who are less fortunate don't. And a person like me, I'm disabled. I can't work in a normal job. I can't work in a normal job being disabled, and I'm trying my best to, lift myself out of my home situation. I've been on the street. I forgot to mention. I've been on the street. I even had one night sleeping at the Bondi Pavilion, and there was a guy propositioning me for sex. He was standing over me while I was laying down with these. Fortunately, I had other girls with me. I was sleeping with a group of girls that were already familiar with the streets, and I was very fortunate to run into them and have them help me get some sleep because I couldn't get to sleep on my own. But I still felt unsafe and vulnerable as a woman, and I'm very fortunate I have this social housing, because if it wasn't for this social housing, I too would be on the street, and that wouldn't be good. And the cost of housing is skyrocketed. We're having a shortage at the moment, so, if I could be rich, if I could make money as an artist, I could give up this place for someone who really needs it, who could potentially be on the street themselves. I want to be with my partner Luigi, and I'm trying to get on the 6 o'clock news and get recognised as an artist so I can pull myself out of my socio-economic bunkhole, or dunk hole, what do you want to call it, because I'm not married, I'm not with Luigi, and I'm not rich. And this campaign is costing me money that I really struggle to scratch my ass to find. And I want to one day help eliminate homelessness by donating heaps of money to it, to the cause. And I can't do that now until I get some airtime on the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9, which is really proving difficult, but I'm trying my best as a disabled artist. But basically, that's come up looking really a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.